Yes, boys, we are back. In this video, I'm going to be talking about sub-niche fashion products and basically what not to do, because most people do general fashion dropshipping. I'm going to be talking about sub-niches. We did $15,000 profit in a single day. This was not actually our biggest day. Before we get into that, in this video, I'm going to break down the traditional method that is usually spoken about within YouTube and general guru dropshipping videos. This is a long-term method and it pays the dividends because you don't want to be cutting short on things that could work. And there's key factors as well. So I'm going to talk through my process. The key factors is niche selection, which when we go into the sub niches, and then ads. I'm going to show my process compared to the general process. And I'm going to explain to you where most 99% of people get it wrong. Some people consistently do well and everyone else does bad. There's a reason people do well consistently. I'm going to break that down and reveal it all. But yeah, this wasn't my biggest profit day. So we'll have a look. We had a few more big profit days. Yeah, May 28th, we did $21,000 profit in a single day. This is the method I'm going to be breaking down, by the way. $21,000 profit in a single day. And in April, we did $22,000 profit in a single day. And on this store, in the last 90 days, we've done $326,000 of profit at 37% net margin at the top. Also, it's absolutely pissing it down right now. So I'm going to shut the windows. I'm in the office. It's late. Everyone's left. Let me shut the windows and then we'll get into them. Right. So I'm going to break everything down step by step and basically show you what I've been doing. This has been working for 5 years as well. I've continuously done this method for 5 years, which I'll get into later down the video and explain why it continuously works, because it's more fundamentals. This is you right now. I've got this little Wojak graph to explain. The 99% of people are the people here. So they're thinking technical product research apps, all of this. I'll get into it. The simple but stupid guy also does very well. And the very smart guy understands it needs to be simple. So the steps are super simple. And it's, to be honest, they're obvious. They're like really obvious. Like do what the actual brands are doing. The people that actually make $1 million months consistently, just do what they do. Don't follow the guy on YouTube telling you to test 5 products a day and spend $50 on each product or less. It's not going to work. So the reason why 99% of people don't make it work and then probably eventually quit, to be fair, that's most likely you if you're watching this video. So let's get into it. So usually most people, they'll explain, they'll be like, right, use an ad spy tool like Kalo Data or other ad spy tools. There are a few good ones, to be fair. I do like Winning Hunter, but basically the goal is to find a trending product. None of our stores are trending products. They never have been. Our first brand that we built and sold was very boring, but none of them were trending. It's just a niche that sustainably works, as well as this one, my new one as well. It's a niche that sustainably works. You just come in it in a specific way, which I'll break down in my method later on in the video. You don't need to use Kalo Data. Yes, they have worked in the past, but I'm pretty sure Kalo Data is not a great way to go now. Yeah, it can still work. But again, you just go into this, using too much, doing too much, not sticking to the fundamentals. So most people try and find a trending product. This is what this path will lead you down. Let me explain it. Then you'll end up making a basic website. In terms of this, a general fashion dropshipping store. So you have a bad name and you'll just be loading it with fashion products, like loads of products in the fashion niche. Most likely at this point as well, you've probably bought a mentorship or a course with these sorts of things, or like a generic course. Most of it is free on the internet. Like you don't actually have to buy a course to start this. I've never personally bought a course. One regret I do had is if I had a mentor when my brand was working, I could have probably made double the money, but I basically halved my learning time by doing it all myself, which is stupid in hindsight, but that's just the route I took, which was stupid in hindsight. But most people will get like a course or a community and they're told to test 5 products a day at $10 to $50 per product. So you're gonna mass test these products on a broad scale in this like general store. Something has to be profitable after like $10 to $50 spend on a product, which is crazy because that is not the game. The game is ads, which I'll get into. You probably can sell most products if you've got good ads. This is super key, very key. Usually that's the case. And then with using Kalo Data and TikTok and stuff, I've seen it all the time. All the time, everyone rips ads. It can work, but it is not the way to go. The reason why 99% of people fail is because they're ripping ads. And even if your ripped ad does work, 1, it's illegal. 2, you can get issues in the long run, like running other people's ads. You can get DMCA'd, your store can get taken down, your payment process can get cooked. It is just not what you want to be doing, especially if you're dropshipping. Dropshipping comes with enough problems. You don't want to add more. So this is not the way to do it, especially with AI now. You can make ads for very low cost and high quality ones with like ChatGPT, Flare.ai. You don't need to rip ads. These are very important. So I put very important here because this is most of the reason why you're not being successful. I've got my counter in the back as well. This is for today, but it's in USA time. So we've done nearly 3.3 for the day on this store. But yeah, irrelevant. This is pretty much why 99% of people don't make it. At this point, you've probably dropped 5K on a mentoring course with like group calls, but not actual direct feedback working with a coach. And then you've probably spent 5K on ads testing loads of products when you could have put 5K on ads testing a store. There's multiple terms you can call it, but this is the process that generally why people don't do well. And at this point, you're 10K down the drain. And obviously most people are going to quit because they don't want to keep spending money. Like you do need money to start ecom. This is a fact. So even these organic guys that say you can start for free, like it's just not starting for free. And even if you do get organic to work, eventually you're gonna have to go to paid ads. So paid ads is the way. If you do this and test loads of products with low budgets, you're just burning cash. And you could have been sitting on a product that could have worked, but you haven't done it properly. So this is the generic method that people go through. The method I'm gonna talk about, long-term branded, you can call it, or the sniper shot method is what I've called it. And like when I'm working with someone one-to-one, I call it that. It's just a buzzword. If people use special buzzwords for dropshipping, like it's all pretty much the same, but this is trying to explain like choose something that you're gonna work on for the longer term, but you need to know key things to make sure it's the right avenue to be going down. So if you do get something working, then I would advise working with someone to get that advice. But for the start, you don't need it. You can get everything online for free. So my process is we always want to be choosing an evergreen niche. The goal, where you're going to make the most money, is basically getting something to work in the USA. USA is the best market. It's also the most competitive. So it's the hardest one to crack, but it's the best. If you get USA to work, my first brand was mainly in the UK, and we had one of our best months was 400K. For the same amount of effort I put into getting the UK to work, it would have been over probably 1.5 mil in a month for the same amount of effort. So getting the USA to work is going to make you 3x the amount of money of most countries in the world because it's just a bigger market, you like to spend more, and you can scale faster. The goal is to choose an evergreen niche and to get the USA working. So for this example, we're going to choose fashion. What we always do is obviously these evergreen niches like fashion, for example, they're competitive. So how do you make them less competitive? You become a specialist in the evergreen niche, which is basically choosing a sub niche to start. So we've done this with all of our stores and it's worked for 5 years, more now than ever. This is working more now than it has ever because the typical old dropshipping stuff is not working and it is just gonna get harder and harder. So what do I mean by this has worked more than ever? So the first brand that we did, we sold it 2 years ago. We netted like 1.2 mil profit. If you wanna see the proof, you can go through my old YouTube videos. I've been doing YouTube for a while, I'm not massive on YouTube, but you can go through the old videos. Evergreen niche, we became a specialist in a certain category. So we went home decor and we chose, for example, I can't speak about it because it's in our contract, but for example, we literally specifically went for the category of sofas or chairs. And we became a specialist in chairs, designing a brand around that. And then we sold that, which is an evergreen niche, but you become a specialist in the category, which sets you apart from most people because you're focusing on a singularity of an evergreen niche. And then once that's profitable and scaling, you can expand to the broader evergreen niche. Then you got your $10 million per year brand. Choose an evergreen niche. I really like fashion. I've done home decor before. Obviously I've worked with loads of people doing other ones, supplements, beauty, etc. But home decor and fashion are probably my favorite personally. And that's the goal, become a specialist in an evergreen niche. It is easier than ever. So ChatGPT, get a subscription with a prompt and the deep research method, you can pretty much find stores and sub niches of stores. And then basically trending tools are pretty good for backup. So like looking at search volume on Google of what people are looking for. So we want to go to places where the customer base already exists. We basically position ourselves as a specialist. That's why we're choosing the evergreen niches with existing traffic. And we just come into it to take a piece of the pie because we already know the market's there. So you know in your head, you just got to get it right for it to work. So it's not a niche problem or it's not a product problem because we know people make money in this industry, like fashion, like selling jeans. People buy jeans. You just got to make the jeans in a certain way or sell the jeans in a certain way to get it to work. So you become a specialist, which is what I'm going to get into. For example of this, I'll actually show you the ChatGPT prompt as well. This is the ChatGPT prompt. Basically, the goal is to find untapped sub-niches within fashion. I'll put the prompt in the description as well so you can use it. But this is the prompt, untapped fashion sub-niches for branded dropshipping. So it spits out stores that are working well. One I keep talking about is, this is a great sub-niche. So Dovetail. So again, it's an evergreen niche, women's fashion, but this is specifically a store on workwear for women. So this is how you become a specialist in an evergreen niche. A great example. Basically selling workwear clothes for women. So this is semi-untapped. I think it came out as a 4 out of 10 on the prompt. If you use the prompt, you know what I'm talking about. And they're doing around 250K plus per month, which is good. And we know the market's there. We know it's working, which is again, what we want. How do we come into this and take this and make it different? So this is designed for the USA avatar, family friendly workwear outdoors. I think this is a great store. I would take this and make it like a fashionable version. So you would sell these products, but you would turn it into a fashionable version. So it's the duality of cool outdoor women's workwear, because this is family friendly. So we're going to switch the marketing to fashionable workwear. That's how I would go. So like an example of that, this is a fashionable website. I would build the website like this, brand it like this. It's so much easier than you think to do, but do it for the workwear. So I'd give it a new spin. So this is, again, evergreen niche, sub niche, find competitors, find that semi-untapped markets and come into it differently. You got to think of these new ways to enter. So now when people are seeing this website, we're cool, we're trendy, and we're selling products that are a niche, so we're specialists, and that is women's workwear. So we design the website like this, order the products in, do our own content. I think it's going to rip. I genuinely think this would be a great design. So take this for what it's worth. This is how we find products. It's very easy. So now we're at the point of making ads. We're not ripping ads. So the goal is to create authentic custom ads. Storytelling works so good. So let's say we took the workwear, turned it into a fashion brand, order products into us, shoot them yourselves, which is a lot easier than you think. You can shoot things on iPhone, they still come out really good. Create ads that tell a story to the products. For example, the story of the brand could be, we're women, we love outdoors, but I couldn't find any fashionable, cool outdoor workwear for women. So we've created that. That would be the story. Ads that work so well right now is literally in a studio, anywhere with your products, talking about the products on a mic. These ads are so underrated. Just people talking about the products, holding them, showing them with different scripts. With ChatGPT now, it's so easy to make scripts, but do not underestimate just filming, getting people to film in the camera talking about the products. These ads can scale and they're very trustworthy and authentic. So put effort into ads. This is really where it gets into the different stage. Like you must put the effort into the ads. Like if you're spending $50 a day on ripped ads compared to someone who spends $1,000 building custom ads and tinkering and making ads, second person's gonna win. Let me show you, for example. So the brand results I showed you. So we go last 30 days, spent quite a lot on this ad account. Each ad set has like 4 ads in it minimum, but these are all active. So we are testing a lot of ads. So all the blue ones are active. It's all about ads. So like if you're spending $50 testing 3 ads to sell a product, like you could be missing the boat. So this is really where you want to build it long term. So like, let's say we test 15 ads and then something kind of works. Then you start to build from it, tinker, build from it, tinker, build from it, putting more ads in the system. This is what everyone's doing who's making money. It's just about ads and making good ads and authentic ads talking in the camera. This is gonna make the biggest difference. It sounds so obvious, but I'm telling you, this is the game. Like it is an ads game. So this is why when we know, we've chosen an evergreen niche, we've chosen a sub niche, which we know people are buying, we've put our own spin on it. Most likely you should be able to get it to work if you do a cool website and make loads of ads. This is the difference. And then you spend time on this singular website, building a brand, collecting emails, building the social medias, and you don't quit after testing the products for 2 days. So let's say we've designed this workwear brand that's fashionable, 1 to 5K on the actual singular brand. A lot of big brands that are doing $1 million plus per month were not profitable month 1, I'm telling you, especially supplement brands. They can be unprofitable for 6 months and then it blows up. USA and e-com is competitive. Also, the barrier to entry is not that high. So 5 people could make 5 good websites and everything's perfect. The person who wins, who spends the most on ads, get this in your head. They can't make everyone win. So there's a lot of people doing it. So you got to spend more money and time on one thing and push it, and the momentum will bring you profit. It's a good little saying. The momentum will bring you profit. Being break even in month 1 in the USA is not a bad thing. It can actually be an indicator for brand potential. Ignore my spelling mistakes. I'm heavily dyslexic. At this point, the game is ads. So if the results are coming in when you're spending this, you must know your key pillars. So you must know your website's decent. You must know your niche and sub-niche is decent. So using the prompt, the data, you must know that your ads are decent. So this is where it can help to get someone else to come in as well and give you advice. So let's say in month 1, you're break even and you want to build this brand long term, you can get feedback. At this point, feedback will be good if you don't know what you're doing, because if you do know what you're doing, you will know which pillars and where there could be issues of why you're not profitable. But let's say you're break even in month 1, it's a game of tinkering and making more ads. This is the video. If you want to work with us, guys. It's the end of July now, so we've been pretty full one-to-one mentoring. Our network is very low key. It's a small network. It's me and 4 mentors. So we don't take many people on. We've opened up 5 more spots. I know the classic 5 more spots, but this is one-to-one mentoring. So it's like direct feedback. So if you're starting or you've got a product that is like semi-working and you want advice on it, we can help you. You can book a call below, or we have a free Discord. I'll put the prompt in the free Discord as well. The results are crazy as well. I did a testimonial video, the one before this. We took someone from $400 a day to $8,000 a day in a month. So we know what we're doing. We've got loads of results. There's loads of people that are crushing it in our community. It's very low key. The only place I really promote it is on YouTube. We just got another sale. But yeah, if you want to work for us, feel free. Let's get it. Peace and love.